If it hurts, you ain't afraid to go get you, know it up, put on more steam. Protect our kickers, our quarterback, our lead, our ball game. All obstacles, block, cut, sides, 2 games after this win in. First shooting game, we're here for the first May. Carry my team down 6 minutes.
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
All I know is go Vols, because that's all I know. Go Vols!
Doesn't have to be perfect, ain't gonna be perfect. We go compete for 60 freaking minutes. All right, enjoy the opportunity, enjoy the environment, and then go play our butts off, play for one another, and have a hell of a lot of fun. Everybody got me?
Yes, sir.
All right. We jumped on our plane, rode in on our buses. Yeah! And went and hit them in the mouth. Yeah! Hey, who was the pick six? Cole. Bye week is a work week when it's time to work. We got to get healed up, but mentally we got to get better to go be our best. And we got a chance to be a great team. All right, we got to make the choices that make the difference to do that. Everybody got me?
Yes, sir.
To be the man, you got to beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here.
Cole, take us through Joshua's touchdown. Did you know that he had the ball? Were you in coverage? What were you doing on the play?
Nah, I didn't know anything. I saw the ball. I mean, I didn't even see the ball. I was guarding my man, and then like all I hear is like the crowd go silent, and then I look and I see I didn't even know who was running the ball, honestly. I was just looking, and I was like, oh, we running the ball. And now I looked to their sideline, and I started talking trash.
But you know what? Let's talk a little Vols. That is not me trying to take any shine away from the phenomenal channel Talkin VAWLS that my guy Boogie Bentley runs, so shout out to them. But let's talk a little Vols here.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. He's Coach Jay. Do us a favor, pull up a chair, smash the thumbs up, share out the link. Tonight is your night, bro. It is the fan call-in show. Coach, I don't know how good your memory is, because for me, like I can remember something that happened 17 years ago, but I can't remember what I ate for dinner last night. Sometimes that's the way my brain works. Clip of Colton Hood. Do you remember what Colton Hood said to us when you asked him if he ever talked trash? Do you remember his response? You may not.
I feel like it was a little reserved, was it not?
Yeah, he said, I only talk trash if they talk trash to me. But yet we're talking about a scoop and score, and his first reaction is to turn to the sideline and talk a little trash. Colton's talking a little trash last night.
Well, part of asking that question, shout out to all the players and all the player interviews, but part of asking that question is to see how well taught they are to do interviews, because every player talks a little bit of trash out there on the football field, or you don't have a heartbeat. So good to see him out there. We should have asked him what his celebration dance was when he scored a touchdown, because he had a little interesting high step on in there with some kind of what was he like driving? Was he like
I don't
driving?
know what the dance was, but
and
everybody around him knew what it was because they all started doing it with
they
him
all did it
immediately.
too. I think
Those
it was the
young
Love
kids.
Island. I think it was the Love Island dance.
Whoa,
That's
whoa,
what
whoa.
it was.
So that whole
It was-
crew that was with him there is a part of the Love Island gang.
It's
Josh
the Love
Josephs.
Island gang.
Josh Josephs was in on that. Who else was in on that? I don't remember. Was McMurray? Was Jalen McMurray?
I feel like Jalen was there.
Yeah.
Jalen was there. Yeah, Love Island. There you go. Boom.
Breaking news right here on the Talkin VAWLS Network. In the comment section, I had to break some news to somebody because they told me that the reason we lost the game is because of play calling. And I said, well, that's interesting because I didn't know that we lost the game. Something else that happened in the comment section of last night's post-game show. Somebody told me that this channel was stupid and we wasted everybody's time by playing the $1 Million Man clip. I thought you guys demanded the $1 Million Man clip. So I look, I'm not going to ask you guys to go above and beyond like you did last night, but if you start dropping hundos again, I may play the $1 Million Man clip all night long, but apparently it's offending some people in the chat. I never know what to do around here.
I got a comment though. So like, if you're offended by the $1 Million Man clip, then you hate Brent Hubbs, because you know who loves the $1 Million Man clip?
This is true.
Brent Hubbs. So how are you going to call yourself a fan of the Tennessee Volunteers and you hate Brent Hubbs?
That's weird. Weird.
Sad boogie.
I don't know, man.
Of affairs.
I don't know. Maybe they're right. Maybe they won because we got one door fee tonight, fan call-in show. It is your show, and one person paid the door fee. Everybody else snuck in. Maybe it's because everybody else is broke because of the chaos of last night's post-game show. Todd Landers did, however, pay the door fee. Shout out Todd. He says, missed the tailgate show and the post-game show. Didn't watch the game till this afternoon. Been a granddaughter weekend. GBO, shout out Todd. We appreciate you covering your door fee around here. Coach, he's not the only one that didn't get to watch the game live. You kind of had a busy, chaotic weekend, if you will. Little success coming your way when Miss J texted me on your phone when I was checking in with you because I didn't know what time kickoff was. Got delayed, and she says it's 10-3. When she said we're on top 10-3, I said, that defense is cooking. I said, tell them to finish strong. I'm going to bed. It's like almost midnight here. Talk about your weekend. Tell anybody that doesn't know.
Great weekend. 27-10 was the finish. Go Kingsman. Awesome experience. And some of y'all I've shared with it. I know in personal comments. Year zero for the staff last year. 2-10. Guys, is what we went. 2-10. We are 3-0 right now. The offense is getting it together. The defense is humming. Proud coach over here. So really, really excited. I was still nervous to come home and see what happened. Couldn't sleep, obviously, all amped up, all hyped up on Mountain Dew after a game. Came in and watched the game not once, but twice last night, Boogie. So just a great night overall, and a lot of fun, but really, really, really proud of my team.
You guys took care of business. The Vols took care of business. Hey, man, we don't sit here on this channel all week and say it's difficult to win on the road, and then when they go on the road and it's difficult. But that's what good teams do. They find a way to win. You've watched it I don't know how many times by now. I don't know if you're a miserable human being or you're just a dedicated human being. But overall thoughts on Tennessee's win last night, 41-34 over Mississippi State.
Yeah. So number one, great win. First of all, right? They found a way to get it done in a difficult spot, right? An overtime game. I think Mississippi came out and gave us their best punch, right? And that's a team, a Jeff Levy team, a coach I have a lot of respect for, and I think we all should too. I mean, just compare, right? Compare what Billy Napier has done it 4 or 5 years at Florida, next to what Jeff Levy has done in year 2, or what Heupel did at Tennessee. So put some respect on both those coaches' name. They deserve it. They have done something not easy and pulled teams out of the gutter. And they look like they were in year 4 of their rebuild to me. They looked good, but we found a way to get it done. And I really like Coach's comment. I really vibed with it. This team has a chance to be a great team. Do I think we're a great team yet? No. I think we're a really good team on the verge of becoming a great team, and a really great team, and I think we can get there. So just really, really happy overall. A true team win. I think you could go down every position, and I'm sure we'll get into the details during the call-in, but you could go down every position, Boogie. Pick one. Head coach, D coordinator, Colton Hood, Joey Aguilar. I think you could go down literally every single person on this team and find some really, really good gem moments and find some head-scratching bad moments out of each member of this team. But you know what? It's football. You got to keep your head down. You got to keep fighting. You got to bite down. You got to reach down. You got to find a way to win. And dang it, this team did that in a tough environment. And as you guys said on the show last night, have maybe found a way, have maybe learned from Georgia and figured out how to win that tough game, how to win that overtime game, how not to panic. Proud of this team. I don't know how much detail, like I said, I'm getting into right now, but yeah, real proud of the overall performance.
Yeah, I mean, it's a gritty win, right? It wasn't pretty. It wasn't perfect, but that's why I play that quote from Heupel all the time. It doesn't have to be. All you got to do is be the better team every week, and they were the better team against a Mississippi State team that everybody talked about all week. Everybody was worried about this game all week long. You went down there, you struggled, but you got it done. And like you said, there were some bad moments, and there were some really good moments. Like name a bigger moment for Joey Aguilar than being on the road in a hostile environment, down 7, when the offense has kind of been on the struggle bus for most of the game. Just felt like they never got in sync offensively the entire game down there in Starkville. But when you needed points and when push came to shove, you went right down the field like it was nothing. I mean, you were cooking. Joey Aguilar, he was perfect statistically on that drive. Was he perfect accuracy-wise? No, but guess what? His players bailed him out. Guys making plays. Brazel on the 4th and 4. That throw was not perfect. It was far from perfect. But what did he do? He bailed his quarterback out. He made a play. Joey throws to Braylon Staley on the 3rd down. He's short of the sticks. What does Braylon do? I'll pick you up. I'll go get 2-3 extra yards and pick up the 1st down. You punched it in the end zone. You got it done. I know what everybody wants to talk about. Let me hit this real quick. Hot Rod has been a member for 29 months. If you're not a member, you can fix that. Hit the join button down below. I guess I'll do the membership drive. We've been doing it for a couple of weeks. You guys have been showing up, showing out, showing love. If you can hit 35 tonight, can we do it? I don't know, man. I feel like you guys went above and beyond last night. I almost feel guilty asking you. But if you get 35 memberships gifted or joined, we'll give away some Talkin VAWLS merch. Everybody wants you to talk about this Tennessee defense. You listen to the post-game show, so you already know my narrative. You already know my spin. But what were your overall thoughts on this defense?
Well, number one, I thought they came out really aggressive and playing really hot, right? Quick 3 and out. They get hung out to dry. Staley drops one, happens, part of football, right? Tough angle. But get back out on the field, catch a penalty for being overly aggressive, but as a defense coordinator, Boogie, we talk about it all the time. I'd like to be able to dial you back. I don't want to have to dial you up as the defensive guy. So if you're body slamming someone because you're playing hot, do I like it? No. Do I like it? Yes. Right. So,
and that was that fine line.
Yeah, it was
when the whistle blew.
It was. So I thought they came out, with their hair on fire. I thought at times this defense got hung out to dry by the offense early in the game. They would make it up later. But early, if you think about, the fumble on the punt, if you think about the interception, there were times where this defense was out on the field early in this game for long amounts of time, and they showed it in their substitutions. There were times in the second quarter that they had 3s and 4s out there in this game, right? That they knew that they needed a blow because they knew this game was going to come down to the end of it. But they had those big plays. They had mess ups too. Like I said, about every single person, there were good things and bad things for each one of them. There were goofs, where we had blown coverages. I could think of the one Colton Hood one where he passed off to the guy and then gave help to the same guy instead of taking his own zone back. That was a big problem. Just multiple things like that. The tackling, I thought, could have been better in this game. But once again, it kind of happened at that point where they got a little winded. So do I like it? No. Do I get why? Yes. Those are two different things entirely, right? I don't like how two teams now have really been able to run off tackle against us well. We're not squeezing that edge down the way we should be. Once again, it goes back to this thing. Not squeezing the edge down, not maintaining the edge. On passing downs, most elite team in all of college football from an edge standpoint. And then once again, all the pressure they're getting off the natural edge, not enough press, not enough inch technique, too much soft cushion to not give those guys enough time to get home, right, and affect it. So that was a problem as well. I think someone on this channel made a video about Arian Carter before anyone else was on him and said what a dude he was going to be. 17 tackles. I thought he was great. Not only there, but his reroutes were good. He had physical reroutes throughout that game. I like that as well. It's become clear to me that on passing downs, Thielander is out and Spillman is in now. That has started to become more and more clear to Coach Jay each time I watch him, which is okay. You're going to have linebackers that are better suited to different things. I'm excited to continue to get healthy. I thought Moy was good in spurts, but, still needs a game or two to get back under him. David Hobb gets in. Man, you guys, you add even more power and speed into the middle of this defense. They're also liking I kind of thought Campbell was going to play end at the University of Tennessee. They kind of like sliding him inside, even when he comes inside at end. So that's going to be interesting to see as well. I see someone, not to go totally on the offense side yet, but I see the Bishop as a hero line. The run game struggled, right? The run game was not where it needed to be in this game. I know Mississippi State kind of hung their hat on stopping the run, but I want to give flowers to another kid I thought was going to be perfect in the system, which is Jack Van Doorslayer. Jack Van Doorslayer did an absolute job on that kick out seal to just write the check for Deshaun Bishop to score that game-winning touchdown. Now, did he run through a tackle and make something happen himself? Yes. But if that edge isn't kicked out, if a freshman doesn't beat arguably Mississippi State's best defender right there, we're not talking about a touchdown on that play. So defensively, a lot to clean up still. Tackling needs to be better. Need to fix that problem off tackle. But I believe it's fixable. It's a positioning thing, a matter of not being in the correct position to squeeze the gap. I think that's something Rodney Gardner can fix. I think this team will continue to get better in pass coverage as we continue to get healthy. Jermon McCoy and Colton Hood are going to be dangerous out there, and Ty Redmond has proved that he is going to be able to go out there and give those guys blows and keep them healthy as well. And if you need to go really, really light in a dime, he gives you another option at the cornerback position.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, we're not talking about Ty Redmond today, right? Because he didn't get exposed like he did against Georgia, and I mean, I think that's a good thing. I think too many people are making a big deal out of this defense against Mississippi State because of the score. But you mentioned it, and I beat it to death. I hammered it home last night. I hammered it home this morning. The offense was hanging them out to dry, and when the defense needed to get stops, they got stops. I mean, at one point, I think we're in the third quarter, the defense had more points than the offense. I mean, the defense, they had the pick six, they had the scoop and score, and the offense had put 13 points on the board. Like that's huge. The one touchdown drive went for longer than 26 yards from Mississippi State. You contained their passing game. They threw for less than 200 yards. You held them to 378 yards of total offense. This isn't some slouch offense. Jeff Lebby knows how to coach football. He knows how to move the football. Like, at times you're watching and it's like, man, this is maddening. And it's like, oh, this is how people feel when they play against our offense, because they're spreading you out. They're creating a numbers advantage. And it felt like Bothwell was just freaking scrambling around all over the place. Just like you couldn't get him to the ground. And it's frustrating. And it's like, on top of it, he's a big dude. Like, remember when he entered the portal and we were like, man, let's go get this guy. Like, I was excited. Not that I'm hating on Star Thomas in any way. We saw it play out. If you put him in an offense like this, he's a good freaking running back. Let me hit a couple of super chats real quick. Ron the Don for 5 says, door fee, boom, boom, room fee. A win is a win. But no lie, I was sweating bullets and BBs. So glad we pulled it out and came out victorious. GBO, shout out Ron the Don. We appreciate the door fee. Wayne also dropping a $5 super chat, says GBO, getting supper. Imagine that. And 100 Coach J, got to be better in run defense. GBO. I want to spin that to the run game, and then we're going to open it up to you guys. Like, I got to catch up with Coach because he was on the field, he was on the grass, he was out there. So I wanted to get his opinion on as much as we could on this game. But on the other side, on offensive side of the ball, running the football against odd man fronts. And you've talked about this some on this channel. It's something that Tennessee seems to struggle to do. What does an odd man front create for this offensive line, particularly that causes Tennessee to have trouble running the football? Because I expect to see more of it as we continue to get into SEC play.
It changes how you work in space, number one, right? So think about it. When you got an odd man front, it's going to change the way your gaps are set up, the way your inside-outside tech gaps are set up. It's also going to change the way you work into the second level and the third level, for that matter. So it just moves everything around in a different way. And quite frankly, I think the Vols aren't always used to it. Kind of like fighting a southpaw in boxing, right? It just takes a lot of work to get used to. And it's not something we see all the time. So they have struggled with working those inside seals in space against odd man fronts because of the way the defense is spaced, because of the way they're flying and filling with their linebackers in an odd man front. Often you're bringing your linebackers and DBs down to help with the run. So all of a sudden you've got fast movers in space as opposed to D linemen being where they're supposed to be. So that's a difficult angle of it as well. And quite frankly, we weren't good enough at it yesterday, not at all. And in Georgia, I didn't think we were good enough on the ground. Better than this game on the ground in Georgia, but still not where we want to be. When this team is at its most dangerous, especially with Joey Aguilar, is when we're running the ball, because Joey's so dang dangerous in the play action, right? Which is why. So the more potent that run attack is, the more dangerous Joey Aguilar is going to be on that play action. But those odd man gaps, those odd outside in gaps, those linebackers and safeties flowing in space have unfortunately given our offensive line a little more trouble than we'd like in running situations.
The link is out for Talkin Vols Elite. You guys get to pop on here, hang out. Tonight is your night. You got opinions. If you are as negative gets, you're ready to fire Tim Banks, you're ready to fire Josh Heupel, the link's out there. I encourage you, by all means, come on and we can have a conversation about it. But this football team got the dub. I was going to say, what was I going to say? I don't remember what I was going to say. The link is out for Talkin Vols Elite. Here in about 30-ish, 40-ish minutes, we're going to open up some EA Sports College Football. I've got to play my Dynasty game, so we're going to do like we did last Sunday. We're going to kill two birds with one stone, and we're going to play this Patreon game as we continue to hang out and talk a little ball. Any other I know what I was going to say now. Like Joey Aguilar leading the SEC in passing yards, leading the SEC in passing touchdowns. And this isn't just, a couple of, mop-up game, like we're playing against ETSU and we're playing against UAB. No, you're 5 games into the season at this point, and Joey Aguilar is leading the conference in passing yards and touchdowns. Chris Brazel leading the conference in receiving yards and receiving touchdowns. 3 guys on this football team are tied in the top 6 with sacks with 3. Tyree West, Caleb Herring, Josh Josephs, Arian Carter leading the conference in tackles with 49. The next closest is 15 tackles behind him with 34. That's how many tackles Arian Carter has. Can Joey Aguilar? I know we're trying to sell it. We're trying to sell the story to ESPN. Foul Mink says it all the time. It's going to be a 30 for 30. We're trying to sell this Heisman campaign. And let's say we keep winning games, man. We beat Arkansas. We go on the road. We beat Alabama. We beat Kentucky. We beat Oklahoma. Like, we're rolling. We're cooking with gas. Right now, you look at the numbers, Joey Aguilar is on pace to throw for more yards and more touchdowns than Hendon Hooker in 2022. 2022, Hendon finished almost 70% completion percentage, 3,100 yards, 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Right now, through 5 games, Joey's at 1,459 yards, 13 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. And of those 5, 3 of them tipped, 1 of them a wide receiver fell down, and then the 1 pick where you threw up a Hail Mary to Mike Matthews basically turned into a punt. Like, what are your thoughts when you hear that about this team? A team that a lot of people wrote off before we ever played the first snap. A lot of people said 6-6. A lot of people said 7-5. This team's hot garbage. They're not going to do anything. Meanwhile, they're leading the conference in a bunch of statistical categories. They're 4-1. The only loss coming in overtime to one of the best teams in the conference.
Yeah. So, as y'all know, I'm extremely proud of Joey, right? What a job all of his coaches around him have done. Super, super excited about everything he's doing. And yeah, I think he's taking care of the ball really well. I will pick at that one comment just a little bit. I thought he had some ill-advised pushed in passes that, yeah, should have been caught, but yeah, maybe a little ill-advised on those tips. I thought they were fit into spaces they probably shouldn't have been. But you know what?
You know what I love about that, though?
Yeah.
Joey took ownership. Joey said bad ball.
Yeah, he did the right thing.
You know what else on the flip side? Miles Kitzman took ownership.
Yep.
Miles Kitzman said, I should have caught it. So Joey's taking the blame and Miles is taking the blame. And that is just, we talk about culture and it's cliche and buzzwords. That's what true culture looks like, is when both guys take ownership. So I love that.
Yep.
I love that.
Yeah. I love it as well. You know, he's done really good. I think he needs, and it's a shame, you know, not to pick on Max, but it's a shame we missed that field goal. There are other plays and other moments in that Georgia game that, you know, you could hang that L on, but you wish he had that signature moment, right? Because when you think back at any Heisman winner, they're always going to have that signature moment where they, you know, win the Heisman, right? I can think back to different players striking the Heisman pose, or, you know, different huge moments that a winner's had. I think Joey needs one of those moments, and Tennessee needs to continue to win, right? Is that moment, you know, a big touchdown pass on the road at Alabama? You know, is that moment, you know, a hard fought game against Alabama, but you totally go off against Oklahoma and outplay Mateer? He's going to need that signature moment. He had one. He had a chance at one, and I think people can refer to it in a good light as long as this team keeps on winning out, because that's what it's going to take, unfortunately, for him to win the Heisman Trophy. It's a bit of a popularity contest, if we all know. And newsflash, the national media doesn't love Tennessee, and we're not the most popular team and fan base with them, in case some of y'all are aware of. But proud of Joey, and I think as long as he can stay consistent, he'll be just fine, right? Boogie, what have I been yelling about this whole offseason, right? That QBR. When we looked at Joey's QBR at App State, I said it. I said it's not so much the interceptions that I'm worried about. I'm worried that one game he's got a 90 QBR. The other game he's got an 11 QBR or a 20 QBR. I think he had an 18 in there and an 85 and like a 96 and a 15. It was just so all over the place. If you look at this season, Syracuse 66.2, tight. UAB 59.2, Georgia 83.7, ETSU 71.3, Mississippi State 67.7. Already, I feel like it's a lot more consistent than it was at App State. There's a lot of things that go into that, but I think if he can keep his consistency, then he can have a real shot at winning this thing. Absolutely, especially if the Vols keep winning.
I love too that his best rating is in that Georgia game. Like that's what gamers do. They rise to the occasion. Currently 39th in the country in quarterback rating, but more consistent, right? Like you said, more consistent with with Tennessee this year. And you know, you talking about needing that moment, like the last driving the field against Mississippi State is a big moment, right? That's a good moment. Nobody remembers you for what you did against Mississippi State. You got to do one of those things against an Alabama, or even though Florida's down on the road against Florida in the swamp, get that monkey off of our back. Had he been able to do it against Georgia, like that's one of those moments, big moment to do it against Mississippi State. But again, nobody talks about what you did against Mississippi State. Let's get Foul Ming on here. Bleed Orange is here. Foul forgot his sleeves. Bleed Orange is going to try to class the place up a little bit. How we feeling?
There we
Bleed
go.
Orange?
Guns out, baby.
There we go.
Guns out.
It's Sunday, dog. It's Sunday.
Put these two guys in a cage and let them go at
it.
With some gravy, you know what I'm talking
about?
That gravy was pretty good last night, wasn't it?
Kaner let me down. No live coverage. It must have been behind a paywall.
I was going to say,
I think he archived that footage real quick.
Yeah, that's the old streams over, boop, doop, delete.
yeah.
His upload did come pretty late last night, so I don't know. Yeah, and he didn't leave Starkville until today, so
rough night for Kaner down there in Starkville.
We'll have to find out.
There'll be some questions in the morning stream. That's all I'm saying.
I was about to say, we'll have to find out if Kaner participates.
Oh, good Lord. Kaner, eventually Kaner is never coming back, Boogie.
It's only a matter of time. I mean, you got to give the people what they want. That's what they want. Stop associating with Boogie. Stop talking to Boogie. Why do you bring this clown on? I don't get it. I don't know why Kaner keeps me around. Actually, I do. He told me it's the number of subscribers I have, but that's okay. We'll take it. Bleed Orange, what'd you feel about that game last night? I know you take a dub, right? You're not one of those negative Nancys.
No, I mean, we got the dub, and it's nice to have a quarterback that when you need him to show up, he will show up and get it done. And not to take anything away from the receivers because they got to catch the ball and the things that went on, but I mean, his poise, his demeanor, his calmness, everybody was good to go. I'm not concerned at all about the tip balls. What I am concerned with is why we didn't stop the run. And I get it. Their running back is compact, low to the ground, but I mean, we went against better. So I think the defense needs to work on some things, and the offense too. But I mean, at the end of the day, we got the dub, and that's all that matters. We can keep on rolling, and hopefully take out Alabama here in a couple of weeks because they look pretty darn good. I was surprised.
Yeah. I agree with that. You know, I think Farouk's coming downhill real nice. T-Lander, he's just so inconsistent with the way he comes downhill. Like sometimes he'll be there and sometimes he won't. And it just feels like the times he doesn't like really get magnified. I mean, the play where we got bailed out of that touchdown with holding's holding, so it's not necessarily bailed out, but
we were bailed out.
We were bailed out at the same time. He was totally out of swash. So we got to get better at that. We got to squeeze that edge side down too. That happens, you know, to these Tim Banks defenses from time to time to Rodney Gardner. I talked about one on, I can't remember which night I was on. It wasn't Friday. I think it was Wednesday night. I talked about the Arkansas game, how we got ran on for that last touchdown Arkansas scored. That tackle really killed us. The Missouri game a couple years ago when we lost to Missouri comes to mind. That backside off tackle run underneath our, just gashed us throughout that entire game. So there are moments, and we definitely do need to get a handle on that, because if anyone watched Bama play yesterday, like you mentioned, Bleed Orange, big physical offensive line that wants to run downhill on you. And if they can run the ball, Kai Simpson looks eons better than when they can't, right? Which is normal. That's pretty much most quarterbacks. So, yeah, we got to get a handle on that. I think it will help to get David back out there. Like I said, just more speed inside allows you to do different things on the edge. You need a little less help. Your linebackers can, hedge just a little bit more to that B and C gap. So it needs fixed because it will get us beat against certain teams out there. No doubt.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's like you said, bringing those games to mind, they're seeing the opposite teams are seeing something on film.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And when they're finding some weaknesses, no matter how good our line is, because even with our line last year, Arkansas ran on us a pretty decent little bit, right? So,
yeah,
I'm no expert, don't claim to
the
be,
last
but
drive.
we gotta fix some stuff, and at the end of the day, like I said, we got the dub. The NCAA or the SEC's got to do something, and I'm going to be a typical fan right now. Got to do something with the refereeing. I mean, that we shouldn't even have been put into that spot to have to go into overtime. Because I feel like our defense would have stopped them, and that touchdown from Brazel was a touchdown. That was not pass interference, and that was the second call that they made on us. That was a little bit of BS. And
as a defensive coach, that's PI every time. I mean, offensive guys just murdering their defenders out here. Guy made a play, and then Brazel just throws him down. Disgusting.
Oh no, he failed. He failed.
What was so bad about that one? And I know Tennessee. I know Tennessee fought through it, and Tennessee got the dub, and we're celebrating. At the time, that felt like a game-changing moment, like a referee decided the outcome of the game in that moment. Now, Tennessee fought through it, got the dub, so it doesn't matter. But if you don't, man, gosh, you're pointing back to that one moment where everything shifted and everything changed. You just can't do that, man. You can't do that. You can't let the referee take control of the game like that. And are they held accountable for it? That's the problem, is they're not held accountable for those calls. Sorry, Fal, go ahead.
That's the biggest problem I had with that one is in real time, I can see it. I mean, it's the momentum. I see what they saw, and you can't review it, right? We all know that. But the problem is they stood over there with two problems. One, they stood there for like 2 minutes to discuss it. So you have room to correct it right now because we haven't made an official call yet. They took time. And then the other problem is the guy who should have made the call doesn't. And the guy across the field makes the call who couldn't see it. He saw it about as good as I did. So
a person 80 yards away should never be allowed to make a call like that. It's some BS.
And then you go to discuss it, and you're like, hey, I thought I saw this. And the guy right in front of him says, no, he actually just fell down. And we can move on. Like what they did. Yeah. And I think Austin got it right when he said they didn't have the guts in a raucous environment to say, you know what, there's no call there, touchdown stands or whatever.
And not only that, like, it wasn't the first time in the game that the refs called a PI that they did not see. They called one on Colton Hood, a PI. And when you watch that play, because I watched it like 20 times, the flag comes out and the ref can't even see Colton's hand that he allegedly called him for because the guy's body is directly in front of it when he throws the flag. It just
when I watched the replay, I said if Colton Hood is grabbing him, then he disguised it perfectly because there's no way the guy that threw the flag could see it. It's like zero chance.
Yeah, well, he had closed fist. I mean, he had it on the guy's body. He was, keeping tabs or branding him, as I like to call it, like keeping a hand on the guy so you know where he is. You can feel his body and shit.
Listen to this defensive coach. A defender can brand you. We don't say hand fight. We say brand. But if the offensive player does it, it's a problem.
Totally an issue.
You got to brand. You got to brand. If you're keeping your eyes on the ball, you got to make sure that they're not making any moves on you.
I love it.
We're getting a trend, and it's not just Tennessee, man. Go ahead.
Somebody said the other day that on all scoring plays that should be reviewed or something like that, can't they review that and say, hey, that wasn't PI? Because I've seen several times.
They won't let you review a judgment call. Like, I don't know why that rule's in there, but that's always been the rule. They can't review that.
Isn't it funny? Because I like when I said that last night, I was like, you can't review something that's a judgment call. I said that in the post.
That's the one thing you could judge, right?
Right, and I'm sitting there thinking about it. I'm like, well, you can review targeting, which is a judgment call. You can review whether or not the ball crosses the plane, which is a judgment call. Every call is a judgment call, right? Everything.
Yeah.
That's my only gripe. Because sometimes you see a player make a play like he's getting face mask, and he'll drop the ball. Why did he drop the ball? Because somebody's grabbing his face mask. They're like, oh, we got to review, see whether he made the catch. All that's got to be.
I was just happy they didn't call Arian Carter when he DDT'd that guy. That was freaking awesome, dude.
Yeah, that was great.
Dude, it was
I was
great.
waiting on that one. He didn't have the collar though, but it almost looked like he was trying to punch, trying to punch the ball, and then just rode him down. But
I was waiting on a flag.
I'll take it all day.
Even though it was a clean tackle, I was waiting on a flag. I was waiting on a flag.
I was waiting on him to pull the bag out and throw the snake on him, like Jake the Snake Roberts. What's the snake's name? I can't remember, but
Damien.
I was waiting for him to throw Damien on him, man.
Unrelated question. Can you guys hear my NCAA college game in the background?
No, but that's what I'm doing. Firing mine up right now. I find it convenient. Vols fan for life has been here every fan call-in show we've done this year. Tonight, he's got to play me head-to-head. Nowhere to be seen. He's a ghost. He's like, oh, I got to focus and dial in. Did he just accept the invite? I think he just accepted. Oh, yeah, he just accepted.
So if you guys see me making weird-ass faces, it's
that's what it is.
I'm playing this game.
Oh,
wrong person.
Oh, hey, coach.
I really
hey guys.
I like that hat, man.
So
look at that
I like the hat.
Back to back.
Yeah, got a little Vols thing on the side.
I'll tell you what. It was a nice drive back from Starkville this morning because of we won.
Hey, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Gary. Their environment on TV, the cowbells, it sounded so loud. But as soon as the cowbells stopped, it sounded like a ghost town. It sounded like nobody. Is that the way it was live?
Yeah. I mean, wow. I was up in the 300 section because I wasn't gonna pay a boatload of money. But
sure.
Funny thing, it costs less money for me to go down to Starkville than it would for me to go to the Oklahoma game. That's the thing.
Wow.
Guarantee it.
But beyond that, yeah, it was loud. I was, among a mostly Vol fans, and I mean, you guys saw on TV how that entire side of the field was. But Vol fans, and I mean, you guys saw on TV how that.
Hey Bob, turn your radio down.
I just did.
First time caller, long time listener here,
Yeah.
I'll hang up and listen, guys.
Anybody feel better now?
And it was not the radio, it was Talkin VAWLS on my phone.
There you go.
I just want to know if you think we should fire Tim Banks. Thanks, guys. I'll hang up and listen.
Hey, Paul, we need to fire Tim. Fire him, Paul.
I heard that John Gruden had property in Knoxville. You think he's going to be the coach?
I saw a Gruden article on an Arkansas board today.
Oh, here we go.
It's all the Florida.
Started.
Florida fans talk about him nonstop. It's like, dude, he's not going to coach.
But it was like when the cowbells were going. I mean, I'm a little hoarse because when the cowbells were going, I couldn't hear myself think. But as soon as they stopped, it was like, oh, this is an average score.
It seemed deathly quiet at times. And then it seemed real loud.
As soon as they stopped ringing those damn cowbells.
I mean, that student section was all about them cowbells the entire time. But I felt like outside of the student section, it was okay. But
pretty sad that that's all they got. But my question is, is it louder than Neyland?
No.
At its livest.
I mean, it's an open-ended stadium. It's never going to be as loud as Neyland.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what I mean. I figured it wouldn't be, but
it's about 40,000 less people, and we had about 25,000 there probably. I mean, we were overheard some Mississippi
I don't
State
think it's
fans
as
who
loud
like,
as
oh wow,
Vanderbilt.
there's so many people here. And then like on that same Arkansas message board, I saw somebody say you could thank UT for our sellout.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, we hear that everywhere we go. It's like that. Oh, Tennessee's taking over. Even at the Ohio State situation, as bad as that went, they talked about it. They still talk about Tennessee taking over and game day taking over.
That was fun until kickoff.
Yeah. I was way behind all you guys, so I haven't been on, VolQuest or anything like that. Not that Hypo likes to say it, But how healthy did we come out of that game, guys? Can someone give me any
we're
kind of
fine.
injury
Yeah, I
updates
think
out
I
of it?
haven't
Are
heard
we good?
anything.
I know there were some tutus
Kyrie
like
West,
Kyrie and
maybe.
West. By the
Yeah,
way, I
West
know I
was-
didn't say it, but good golly, Miss Molly, that backside hit.
Dude.
I think, dude, I about woke up the whole neighborhood at 1 a.m. when I.
I won't lie.
That.
I didn't celebrate that touchdown until they got away from the center to kick the field goal because I was so far up I just couldn't see the ball, and I was like, they're gonna call that back. They're gonna call that
I kept
back.
waiting on a review. I turned around
You
like,
knew-
well, and I look and we're kicking. I go, oh, we're kicking it. It's
Yeah,
stuck. It's
yeah.
stuck. Like, I was sure that we're going to get a review.
You know it's a hit when the quarterback makes zero attempt to recover the ball that he just fumbled like that.
Man.
I mean, he was just done, man. He was
not Bubbles.
dead
And
on
that wasn't
impact.
the
Yeah.
only that
Hear
wasn't
me
the
out.
only massive hit that Chapin took all night. There was a few.
No, they were
West,
lacing
He
them.
took some shots.
West was
Give
holding
that
him out
quarterback
twice.
credit. He took some licks like a Tootsie Pop.
So
They
this
was licking
this team is better on the D line at sacking the quarterback than last year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Just that, I'm not saying about the run. Just
But does that
purely-
impact the run? Like you kind of talking about that earlier. Does that impact them? Are they selling out to try to get to the quarterback versus a balance?
Keeping a lane.
There's
maintaining their
give
lane.
and take. There's give and take. Yeah, and
Yeah.
they are crashing that edge a little too much on the weak side. There was a play, I can't remember the touchdown. It was like to the top of the screen where Jordan Ross squeezed just a little too far down trying to get that inside angle to the quarterback. They hand it off and you see him dive out to try to get a hand on that running back and gets beat to the edge there. So there are some of those moments like that, certainly. Yeah.
And there was
Well-
a few times. It seemed like there was a few times that the linebackers were overshooting a little bit.
This defense is starting to remind me of 2023, where our secondary became the problem over the front line.
I don't think that narrative is necessarily a good narrative because we held them to 180 yards passing.
Well,
right. But I've seen the same problems in our secondary that I did in 23.
Are you talking about like soft spots in it, Bob?
Giving too much,
giving too much space.
Yeah, soft spots, giving too much space. Yeah,
Gotcha.
But other than just getting, I mean,
it's almost
I
like
didn't see
they're
anybody get
carried on
cooked
the pass,
except for one play, maybe.
Yeah. So, I mean, we gave up really 2 deep touchdown passes, right? I mean,
yeah,
the one that was called back,
the one that called back, the one that the kid, I can't remember if it dropped or went over his head. Now it's blending in with Mike Matthews. He dropped it, and then there was the one where the kid fell. Also, right? They caught the ball and
we had the miscommunication on the side where it just run right by. Nobody took him. Like, I don't know. I mean, that has to be miscommunication.
I mean, that's the type of thing where if you lose that game, we're talking about it, man. That is like central on our plate, right? Some of those plays, if we lose that game, as well as some of our drops, like we said, Mike Matthews dropped a gimme of a touchdown, and for a second there, I had him written down. I think in the first half, I was up to 4 drops, and I was starting to go, here we go, another 7, 8, 9 drop game. To our credit, we got that tied down. I mean, what a catch by Brazel! That one backside catch falling away, man, what a catch! And then on 4th down, I mean, not the best ball from Joey Aguilar there on 4th down, but Brazel, I mean,
double catch.
I don't know if I go as far as say bailed him out, but he still owes him a beer after the game is maybe the best way.
I think he was getting hit on that pass too.
That freeze.
Dude, I think he took a little.
I wasn't able to catch. I wasn't able to be in the post game show last night too long. I don't know if it got covered, but is there a reason why Boo wasn't fielding kickoff and
I bet it was punishment.
It had to be.
Well, he didn't he fumble 2 returns already this year?
Yeah, last week he fumbled. And
so I think that was
so that's why they put him back in.
He done the same thing.
I'm not bashing. I'm not bashing. I'm just kind of curious as to why.
Yeah,
that was VolQuest's answer. I don't know that
they asked Heupel about it. I mean, Heupel said it was just coach's decision. So,
well, he wasn't going to bash the kid.
That sounds like coach speaks punishment to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but
yeah. I mean, it gave other people chances to get out there and try their hand at it. So it gives Carter a break. You know what I'm saying? So he's not fielding all of them, so he can be fresh. Maybe they're thinking about some offensive plays later on this season. I don't know.
I don't think that's the game to do that on.
I think Boo Carter is we're gonna limp through this season and then he's gone. I just the mindset I'm starting to take, man. It just seems
it does seem that way.
Let me hit this real quick from Sword the Demon for 10. Says I give the defense a B-. They played hard and did good, but got put in horrid situations by special teams and offense. I've said it before, but next year this team is going to be insane. Yeah, I mean, that's where I was at with this defense. And they didn't play perfect, right? They didn't play perfect.
No, no, not at all.
Go ahead, sorry.
I just, dang it, Boo. Like, get the head on right. Finish this year. Finish it strong. And don't go play for Dion. What's he done? What is he? 1-3?
Yeah, exactly.
1-3? What is he? 1-3? And you're going to go there? Why? So you can look cool with a gold chain and get more followers?
I don't know. I
actually Boone had one of the nicest tackles yesterday too.
He did.
Oh,
he did.
I mean, he laid that.
Coming up on that. Yeah.
Hey, Coach.
Sorry, Coach.
He might be trying to
bring up. It goes there.
You know, I don't know that there's this
where Nico's going.
I can hear myself a little bit.
No, it's Vols fan. Vols fan for life has his freaking microphone on his PS5. I think Vols fan for life, mute your PS5, bro.
Did anybody?
Anyway, what I was saying is there's been a lot of information going around about Boo not being checked out. He's kind of been that way from the start. Just his demeanor, the way he is until he gets in the game. He's not. I don't know. From what I've seen, I mean, even what I know you watched him in high school a little bit, Boog, and I don't know. I've seen some footage of him from high school, but I mean, I think he's trying out there. Honestly, I mean, he wouldn't be laying the wood like he is, and I know he wants to hit, but I'm just tired of everybody saying that he's checked out. I've seen several reports on that.
Like I don't know. He's just been inconsistent, and I'm not in the camp
I don't think he's checked. I don't think he's checked out. I mean, he made some big.
I'm not buying into that he's not bought in. He just seems inconsistent. And what I keep questioning is he inconsistent because he didn't go through fall camp, right? He was running for a week worth of practice instead of actually playing football. It's like fighting. There's a difference between being in shape and being in fighting shape. There's a difference between running on a treadmill and playing football, right?
Yep.
For sure.
100%. Yeah, yep. And they'll make liars out of you real quick.
He made some.
Go ahead, Bob.
And he made some key plays yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, he's had his moments.
That Boo made some key plays yesterday.
He has had his moments. I thought he got a little too cute on that one punt return. Just a little too cute. It's never good when Miss J's yelling at you to get vertical, get north. So that told me right away that he got a little too cute there for a second. But man, I'd like it if Boo could get, back to being Boo before this thing's done. We're going to continue to need him to get where we need to get to this year. I do believe that.
Oh, 1,000%.
Well, did anybody feel like on that last drive and Joey went 6 for 6 that he wasn't going to make that play?
Yes, Ron. Yes, I did.
Yeah, we did feel that way.
Yes,
we're Vol fans, so yes.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. It does feel just a little bit better knowing that, like with Hendo, when he got his hands on the ball, he was in the game. He was going to make some plays. Now I'm kind of getting that with Joey that he's going to make a play. Now they kind of hold him to him, hauled all out. the first half of the game. Well, on that last drive, I mean, hey, I was butt cheek clenching out the whole game. I ain't gonna lie. At the beginning of the game, my cheeks were sending text messages. Now they're hand to hand. But at the end of that game, I said, man, we're going to do this. Joey's going to make a play. And he did. He went 6 for 6, drove him all the way down the field, and ran the ball in himself. That made me feel so much better, despite all the other stuff.
What? By the way, what a fourth down play call on that fourth down on that little rub route to the edge. You guys call that? That was a fudging play call right there. That was beautiful.
Talking about on the 4th and 2?
Yeah.
Or the 4th and 4?
Early
or
late? It was the one that went to. I think it was the one that was it the Star?
Yeah.
It was the one to Star. Yeah.
Star out in the flat. Yeah.
I didn't like that late in the third quarter, Star had only gotten 3 touches. I mean, I know they got him up to 10, but I'd like to see him touch the ball a little bit more. And, it tells you how good our running backs have been in pass protection all year that Joey trusted Peyton Lewis a little too much and took that 1 sack, because you really shouldn't take your eye off that situation if you're Joey. But you can tell he did it because he trusted him. Yeah, he did it because he trusted him. I was so scared he was going to get blindside fumble on that, but because that'll bite you sometimes. But sometimes it bails you out. Sometimes it bails you out.
Isn't that the first?
Go ahead, Bob.
I think Bob's really lagged out.
Did he froze? Yeah. So it can hurt you. Like, you can get backside fumbled, but then there's times where it can really, really bail you out. I mean, if you think about the time when we were pinned down in the end zone, I mean, Joey was almost to the point of taking a sack in a collapsed pocket. He held that ball so long, but he was able to step in and still make a tremendous throw. I thought it was his best play of the game, to be honest with you.
Calm and cool Joey. I like it.
What I was going to say is, wasn't that his first true sack that he's taken this year?
I think so.
Yeah, because the other 2 sacks on his record are where he fell on a ball.
Yeah, bobble snaps or bad snaps.
Hey, we didn't have a bad snap this game, so that was an improvement.
Oh yeah.
I think we finally figured out why Peyton's not getting as many reps. Maybe it's really coming down to pass protection, pass pro.
Yeah,
obviously that was a glaring moment, but that was just the emphasis on some stuff that the coaches have probably seen all year.
Right, and it's not that he's terrible at it either. He's just the least best of the 3, which is a good thing, because usually you have one running back where it's like he's a liability in it, and you struggle with it. Like, I don't think Peyton Lewis is to that point by any stretch. I mean, he's.
It's almost like he's just thinking too much, and he's not. Yeah, he's having to think instead of just react. Because I mean, he's probably the most physical of the 3. Just looking at him, so he should be able to take on a block. But it's almost like he's thinking, reading, and by the time he sees it, it's already he's a step behind.
Yeah. You get the feeling like it's going to slow down for Peyton at some point, though. Like it gets just a sketch better each game. So I think it will continue to slow down.
Kind of like where Dylan Sampson was in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
But like you said, Coach, if that had been a sack fumble or a blindside hit fumble, we'd be talking a lot more about it, right? I mean, that would be the headline.
Yep.
Hey, Coach Jay, I was listening earlier when you were talking about drops. How many of those drops were from
Were from who?
The running backs.
Oh, I think one.
Because I know in the first half I was really frustrated.
I think Star dropped one.
Star just dropped one.
Oh no, Coach! The narrative's gone.
Yeah, but he also caught a couple.
Then he caught a clutch, an absolute clutch.
Yeah. He also caught a couple.
I know we got back on track, but man, in the first half, dude, I was like, man, our running backs got to be able to catch the ball.
Yeah, the whole team had the drops in the first half. At times, it seemed like that.
Oh yeah, Staley had 2.
We couldn't catch a punt. We couldn't catch a ball. We couldn't do
that one Star dropped, man. It's no tell. He could have gone to the house with that one.
He's still running.
Yeah.
But needless to say, though, there's a news flash. I want everybody to know, and I told people in the chat the other day when I was online, the coaches on the other team, they're getting paid. So they are paid to make their players play and make them play well.
Oh, the dogs are
Yeah,
out.
those kids make plays too.
Yeah. So yeah, they're not out there. It's just like when I used to play basketball. Man, why are you picking those guys? Only that guy to make 2 shots this game. This guy, he'll make 3 shots. Everybody out there is there to play. They're going to make plays. We just have to make more. And like you say, at the end of 60 minutes, just be the better team. And we was the better team in our last drive. And we definitely was the better team in overtime. And that's all that mattered.
I mean, I haven't go back and watch. I haven't done a rewatch.
Everybody
But
goes against me on 4th down. Why do they do that to me, Coach?
I don't know.
me too.
They
Don't
like
worry
to,
about it.
they like to poach slice you. So Starr had 3 receptions for 29 yards. He averaged 9.7 per catch, and that's been kind of my point. Even before that, we had stopped throwing it to him when I think he was averaging like 28 on the catch, and he had 1 touchdown early in the year on a catch. So to me, it just seems like he's much the best for throwing the ball to, early drop or not. But
Yeah, I don't think Starr has been our running back that's had the most problems catching the ball out of the backfield. I think it's been the other two for sure.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
did we
Bishop
not
did have
look like
1 catch.
Did we just not look like a completely different team in the 4th quarter? Like something just clicked, or somebody woke up, or I mean, it's like, oh, this is way tighter than it's supposed to be. We're gonna play now, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not saying there wasn't effort the whole game by any means. It just seemed like we hit another gear. We found another gear, almost like Georgia kind of did on us late.
Our offense,
Defensively, especially. I mean, I felt like we couldn't stop the run there for a long time, and then in the
They
4th
did win
quarter,
the game.
yeah.
That's why I want to go back and do a rewatch, at least for the 4th quarter, and see if we made what adjustments we made, or if we changed formations or something. Watching it live, it was just too fast to keep up with. But something changed, because it's hard for me to believe it's just effort. Like I don't, it's hard to buy that.
It was just a weird game overall, I think. I mean, both teams had some crazy turnovers. I mean, it was just we were gifting each other points left and right. We had a hard time getting any kind of momentum, because anytime we try to get momentum, either Kitzelman's hands turned to complete stone, or
we got a penalty,
or they decided that a trip was actually a push, or they decided that they really needed to review for 1 yard.
And stop all momentum.
So it just really took a lot to sorry. It just
all a
took
conspiracy.
It took a lot to get going, and
it's always weird for us though, right? Like all these interceptions Joey's had, they're so freak. But then when there's all of them combined, then it's like, well, is it still freak if it keeps happening? I mean, I can't explain it, because I mean the ball just goes flying up there, and it's because it's like a half of a foot behind him and hits a shoulder pad or something.
And they stay in the air forever.
He's throwing a rocket and it's hitting them right in the pad or just off, and it's just like I've never seen that.
Kitzelman needs to go play some volleyball and just be a setter. Just set the ball.
Set the ball.
I'm just going to tell you, like my coach used to tell us when I was in high school, if your hands touch the ball, you catch it.
Yeah.
I'm sure Kitzelman would say the same thing, but it's
he did say it. He said it
keep happening? This keeps happening, man. Like it drops are one thing, but just like, I mean, it just explodes off their hands or their pads or whatever. I mean, Joe throws harder than anybody, and that wasn't happening,
Well, you got to find a way to win, and there's not just only one way to win.
Win the game. For sure.
I have a question. How does everybody feel about Petrino being taken over the reins?
I think that's what he always wanted.
Next thing you know, he's going to be in the headlines.
He was their best coach, and he beat us. He beat us a few times.
Well, he also beat the crap out of him when he was at Western Kentucky, and I think this Arkansas's defense is worse than that Western Kentucky's defense.
I expect
really bad.
As somebody who's been playing Arkansas in a low tier SEC dynasty with some friends, Arkansas's defense blows.
They're based off a quarterback that's well above the rest of his team.
Coach, did you say it somewhere that Petrino's going to – where did I see you talking about it?
I think it was our private thing.
Is
It
it
was
is it
in our
already
DM.
confirmed?
I thought it was somewhere public.
Man,
Mm, maybe. I'm not sure.
all I know is if I'm the head coach of a program and I have to hire an offensive coordinator, I'm probably not hiring the guy that was the head coach during the time the program was at its highest, and the only reason he got fired was because of some morality questions. Like, you're just asking for your job to be usurped.
Well,
Yeah.
what if
I
he
think he
was
was.
told to? I think he was told to hire.
Yeah.
Well,
That
if you
could
saw
be.
they couldn't hire him for the job, the head coaching job because of those reasons. You almost think, are you protected? Because I want to take all advantage of his football knowledge, but I can't.
Sorry.
But I can't use. Yeah, but I got to. I'm going to take full advantage of his football knowledge, but I can't have him as a head coach. So next best thing is let me stick him right here, and then Pittman can just cruise while Petrino's running it behind the scenes almost.
Yeah.
I think Walmart stepped in and said, "Hey, you're gonna get this guy back over here."
What's the statute of limitations on all that? Has it been long enough? Can we look over it now?
I mean, the fact that he's an offensive coordinator, he's an offensive coordinator in the SEC. He can be a head coach in the SEC.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Like, I don't think there's any way around it.
I mean, it was long enough
like
for
BYU or anything or Notre Dame.
J-Ball for 5 says Mississippi State had only one touchdown drive longer than 26 yards. TD drives of 20, 75, 26, and 17. Defense came through for the offensive miscues.
They
I think people are too hard on the defense. They had a lot of short fields, so
yeah, yep. They got hung out to dry.
Was the off tackle thing a problem? Yes, but at the same time, I also feel like the defensive game plan was we're going to let them run because
I just hear excuses.
Chapin won't won't beat us through the air, and he didn't.
Yeah.
Overall, he didn't.
Meter.
Only thing he beat him to the ice machine. I know he was in.
Man, he's probably still sitting in an ice bath. Man.
He probably got 2-3 disconnected toes in his shoes right now. He got to get reattached. They cleated him.
That's tough. That's tough.
24-point swing off like miscues and stuff, counting the missed field goal. I mean, how would y'all feel? Take 7 away from them and give us the other, whatever it is, 17 or something. I mean, that's a totally different ballgame. That's counting the one drop, the PI. Like you start adding all that stuff, and then the give them the ball on the one, basically first down on the one right out the gate because the muff punt. Like it's all miscues. That game. That's what I couldn't. I was getting so worked up about in the post game because I'm like it turned out the way it turned out and it was a barn burner and all that stuff, but it really shouldn't have been. Like I know it's ifs and buts and all the stuff, but like if you just look at it from football sense, that shouldn't have been the way it worked out. But football is a crazy game.
Man,
at the end of the day, it shouldn't have been a close game. And I'm tired of people saying that. I mean, I don't like blaming refs, but the thing is, when there are bad calls or bad no calls, that takes the momentum away, and so that OPI that pass interference on Chris Brazzell was horrible, and even the announcers were saying that it was horrible. I was like, if you're going to call a penalty, then call on both guys because they both had their hands on each other and do offsetting penalties.
They were both Brandy.
Yeah.
That's what happens when a backline, like a line judge, calls a pass interference from 80 yards away.
That took away momentum from us. So it does affect the game. So I'm tired of people saying, "Oh, this refs didn't do anything," and blah 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 blah. But it takes away momentum and puts it in the hands of the other team.
SEC refs are just terrible.
I'd like to know how the game would have ended up, or how the game would have gone, because that first defensive stop and then the muff punt and then they score, dude. That is huge as far as momentum.
Yeah.
If that doesn't happen, we don't get a chance to get our first drive under our belt and they score. Man.
Look at the whole Ohio State when we go get a 3 and out right there, then they get bailed out by a penalty. Granted, we did it. You know, it is what it is. It happens.
Yep.
But like a penalty bails you out. How does that game change? You still probably lose that one, but it could have been much more respectable with that. I mean, they wouldn't have had the momentum. They wouldn't have scored right there. They wouldn't have had got the confidence boost they needed because they were down on themselves. Like, I mean, it's just all that stuff spirals, and you can't not account for that.
Well, think back to when we played LSU down at LSU, and we got that that play right off the bat on the kickoff. Man, that changes the whole game.
Everything.
How many times has Tennessee won a game because we just jumped on somebody early, fast, put up 2 or 3 scores, and then it's just the rest of the game. It might go back and forth. Even the Syracuse game, like we scored early, and then the rest of the game was back and forth. I mean, we're the better team, but it didn't look like it at times throughout that game.
All I can say is if we'd have had Alex Golish, it wouldn't have been that way.
We're about to play him 2 or 3 times a year, right?
That's awesome.
Man, anybody know anything about any of the injuries that occurred yesterday?
No.
From what I saw, somebody in the chat said West had an interview after game, so he was fine. So
yeah, I don't think anybody's banged up.
That's the only
West
one I
was
knew.
Fine. Perry came back out. Who
Sanders
else
was fine. Moy didn't. I don't think Moy went out, did he, for anything?
No.
I think
looking at the stats, I don't think that turf toe affected Arian Carter.
It did not. I was like, he has turf toe because it sure don't look like it.
He was a beast stage 1. I like that.
It's great for Arian, but is it good that he got 17 tackles, or is it bad that he had to get 17 tackles?
It ain't like he's your free safety getting 17 tackles. That becomes a problem for a corner.
Yeah, that's a plus.
Yeah.
And granted, I mean, a lot of that's they're just grinding up the middle, and that's they're going right at him.
You know who Arian reminds me of just a little bit? Al Wilson.
Well, Al.
Yeah, Al Wilson. He's my favorite former ball. I love Al Wilson.
Al was the man. That's for dang sure.
Yeah,
Al was the dang man.
How did y'all feel about Spillman yesterday?
I thought he played well. He had he definitely had one really, really bad missed tackle on that one big run. But his pass defense is really coming along. Like I said, there is no doubt they prefer him out there with Arian on passing downs. Like it's painfully obvious. That's for darn sure.
I don't know if it was overtime or that. I think it was one of the last. It was the 3 and out. I think that Mississippi State had and gave us the ball back. Where they kind of came up the line, flirting with the blitz, and then either they had a timeout or something, and it came up the same thing. And then he backed off into coverage, and he goes off camera, so you can't really see him, but you see Chapin look over there a couple times, so he must have been pretty locked down over there. So I think it looked to be like we were getting some improvement there.
Mm-hmm.
He's better in space, for sure.
Definitely better in space.
And I'll tell you what, me and my brother were sitting up there in the stands after the 2-minute timeout, and I just looked at him and I said, I think this is the perfect time to run that QB power with the running back as the lead block.
And then it happened, and I was like, okay, there it is.
Yep. Yeah, I liked it too. Nice little wildcat. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
I
like the fact that the team is adaptable right now. We can any circumstance that hits us, whether we got to play 12-man or whatever happens, we're able to adapt. We got players who can play in different positions, play at different speeds, and handle different assignments so that we can get the job done when it counts. That's what I'm thinking about.
If you think about it too, like special teams, that's stuff that can bite you. How mad was everyone after that fake punt?
Man,
but then
I know you didn't have long. Yeah, I know you didn't have long.
Everybody screaming.
Yeah.
Oh, the crowd was deflated, and then was immediately reinflated.
Yeah,
the roller coaster from 2 plays. It's just insane.
Yeah.
Well, they need to make cowbells illegal, though.
They are. I'm pretty sure
they technically are. My brother bought one. It was hilarious.
Did he really?
Yeah, he brought it into the stadium too.
Those are like the worst things ever. And then the announcer was so they said that Tennessee had only played in Starksville twice, and I was like, that's not true. I was like, that's not even possible.
Twice.
That is not
No,
true.
we played, but we haven't played there a lot, but we played there like, at least one time when I was in college because I wanted to go, and I didn't win the lottery because I was going to take my dad. Because I'm from Memphis, and Starksville's about 2.5 hours from Memphis.
Gotcha. Guys, let's ask a tough question. Does Coach Heupel have a clock management issue?
Really, Coach? Really?
No, I think he did. I think he made the right choice.
His excuse was he had 2 plays dialed up. They executed slowly on the first play, but the other play was already dialed up. So, but still,
it's the first 20 seconds.
Yeah,
After
call
that,
a timeout.
it's not. Yeah,
I think he was playing for the field goal. I think he was playing for the field goal.
Sure.
And when he didn't get in position
What?
for it, he decided to play for overtime because he knew that if he left any time on the clock, Levy could just do exactly what we wanted.
Right.
Yeah.
I just can't get over the fact that the chunk play was there to whoever was in the slot. It was probably Staley, but they put Brazel there once or twice. But that they were so far off. I'm telling y'all, like I know I talked about it yesterday, but they were so far off. You could get 2 chunk plays in a row off that and been in field goal range. Like that's the one I don't understand.
I didn't mind him taking that, whatever it was, that 30, 40 seconds right there to kill their time. I didn't like that after we did get some yards, he didn't call timeout immediately and let, I thought we lost like 12 seconds in that.
Well, I heard somebody say that he did that, and it makes sense now because it kind of goes with what Gary said. Like, they were trying to make it to where Levy didn't have enough time to get into field goal range if we didn't get it.
I think Heupel kind of felt like we were getting into that deep waters of the game where talent and just depth was taking over, and so we were starting to we were really getting ours, and he just trusted our guys to do it if we went into overtime.
I think he's playing for the kick, man, and it got away from him. I think there's something to it. I think because it's not just that drive. Like it was a little bit of you questioned it at the half, but then I got what he was saying. He's like, I just want to get to the second half. But it's happened in other games too. Like it's not the first time this has happened, and sometimes it's been blatant, and sometimes you just kind of like scratching your head a little bit, and then you're like, I trust coach, whatever. But it does seem like he gets caught up in the moment, maybe, or he's so involved in the play call that he's not paying attention. We need to pass that off to somebody. I don't know, but there's definitely times that we've all been scratching our heads, and it's been more than once.
At the same
he needs
time,
to fix that for Alabama, though. Whew.
Speaking of Alabama, at the same time, if he did go for the kill and he missed it, or his interception, or something like that, how many people would have been like, "Man, coach should have gone for the field goal"?
I think going for the kick was the right
kind of
call.
like what Georgia's dealing with right now.
Yeah,
that's football, right? No matter what you do, it's like us wanting him to be aggressive, and I'm just as guilty. It's like, and then I asked myself, what would I do here? And I would have been just as freaking conservative as he was. It's like, give yourself an opportunity and try not to screw up. At the same time, I'm screaming, you're letting way too much time go off the clock.
Right.
Sometimes I feel like our fan base just sits here and thinks that coach should coach the same way that they play college football 26.
Right. 100% they do.
Because
That's
they
fair.
like there's no consequences.
Right.
If I sit here and I lose a tight game because I decided to go for it on 4th down in college football 26.
Yeah.
There's real life consequences if he does that too much in real life.
Now, how do y'all feel about that Georgia-Alabama game?
I wish they could both lose.
I think it benefits us in a weird way.
Absolutely, I agree.
We
just need to go down and beat them, and now everybody's got a loss.
I just figure if Alabama had lost to Georgia, then
I was wrong about that Alabama thing.
I think they would really be on guard for us, and I think now, I mean, they're going to be up for us regardless, but I don't know. But they got to worry about Vandy. Vandy looks good.
No, they don't. Vandy's a paper tiger.
Big old poverty.
Remember 2022? I think it was 2022 when Kentucky started out 5-0 and then they lost 7 straight. That's Vanderbilt this year.
Why in the world did Kirby Smart not kick the field goal down 3? I understand they talk about analytics and they talk about 4th and 1. Yeah, when you're down 3, it's not up for debate. I agree, Coach.
It's different in a tie
the game. Yes, you tie the game.
Tie the game.
You do that 100% of the time. It's not debatable. Any coach will tell you.
He had to answer that in the post game. Somebody had to ask him.
Yeah,
he got greedy.
He decided to play to win instead of play not to lose, according to VolQuest and Vol Nation posters.
But you're at home, right? Like you're at home. If I'm going to be aggressive, it's because my back's against the wall. I'm the underdog. I don't have confidence. I feel like I'm going to lose in overtime.
This might be my only shot.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Kirby. I have no problem with Heupel going.
I mean, Alabama just has Kirby's number.
Yeah, he's sitting there.
I wish we did.
Didn't make the call.
Now we have to wait a couple of years before you play Georgia again.
I'll tell you what, though. The Mississippi State Bulldog fans.
Sorry, Sora, I didn't see you back there.
They're a lot better than them Georgia Bulldog fans.
I bet.
They don't bark, do they? They don't bark.
No, the Cowbells are annoying, but they're good people. They were good people. I like them.
If he doesn't fall, though, everyone's talking about how Kirby Smart has knocked it off. He's got it down right. The only reason why they failed that play was because of Stockton falling. If you watch that game, he falls, and that's the only reason. Bama was left wide open on the pass that he was wanting to go to.
Well, what's everybody saying if we made that kick a couple weeks ago and Georgia's got 2 losses already? I mean, are they melting down?
Well, they're not going to the SEC championship.
They'd be melting down.
It's not like everyone's like literally they're talking about us. We go into this last game up 2 touchdowns. If we go into that with
catch that football.
That.
Well,
I love the overreacting though, right? Like Georgia's not that good because we took them to the wire. Georgia's just they're not the Georgia of old. It's parity in college football, and then Alabama beats them, and now everybody's panicking about Alabama. Alabama's the greatest thing ever. All of a sudden,
when Vandy beats Bama, now everybody's going to just freak out. Nobody's going to know what order to put anybody in. I mean, if you look at the polls, Ole Miss jumped like 10 spots.
They did. Crazy. No, I think they only jumped. Oh yeah, they did jump a lot.
It's a lot. It's like
they're like 5.
That's
they were 13. Now they're 5.
The vast majority of AP pollsters are just not ball knowers at all.
They're not.
No.
That's why we stay right where we are. Ole Miss. I think Mississippi State could beat Ole Miss. To be honest, they're playing in Starksville, and that's
Can we move Indiana?
Rivalry.
Can we get Indiana out of the top 10?
I think Mississippi State does beat them.
This is a crazy thing.
Can I tell you how crazy
I won money on them, and I think they should be moved.
Like, me and my brother are driving to Starkville. Like, we stayed in Tuscaloosa, and we're driving to Starkville, and we're just like, man, we're just in the middle of cow pastures. We're 3 miles away from the stadium, and we're just
there's nothing there
in cow pastures.
We tried to tell you to go to Biscuits and Gravy Wrestling. We didn't just make that up.
Wait, was that a thing?
Once you get
was that a real thing?
Yes.
I should have gone.
Once you get past certain places there's not a lot in Mississippi, so take it from somebody who grew up near Mississippi.
Me and my brother,
there is nothing in Mississippi.
So we missed the exit on the interstate. We missed the exit to go to Starkville. So we ended up going through Deliverance country. And I think we started hearing banjos at one point. I don't know.
Literally, their biggest city is Jackson, I think, which is their capital.
Yeah.
And Jackson is little.
Oh no, this was in Alabama. This was in Alabama.
Oh, Alabama. Okay.
We passed through this town that we're like, oh, this looks like it probably was like a railroad town back in the day, blah blah blah. I like Google or I get on Gemini and I'm like, hey, tell me about this town, and it's like, oh, it was a railroad town. It was also known for being a POW camp during World War II. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then we passed by these big houses, and I'm like, okay, why does
Interesting.
this little town have such big houses? And then we passed by a federal prison, and it all made sense.
Yep.
And then right before we get to Mississippi, we pass through this other little town, and it legitimately, can we please tackle Jackson Arnold, please? Anyway, we passed by its town hall. Town hall is literally a Clayton Homes double wide, and I was like, this is the most Alabama thing I can imagine.
I haven't driven through Alabama that much.
Sorry, Jackson Arnold just broke like 4 tackles against my defense.
I'm over a few locations as like
Good
their
old-
IT thing, and you drive through it, and it's like there's nothing there. I'm not even sure that there's people there, but we've got a store there.
Guys,
I have no idea if there's people
I'm
there.
going to tell you, Tennessee has a lot of that too. There is in between.
Oh yeah.
In between Nashville and Memphis, there is nothing, and then there's even there's Nutbush, Tennessee.
See, here's the thing though. I live in East Tennessee, so I live in the good side of the state.
Oh, even east. You go to Newport.
I was just getting ready to say,
New
go to the
Tazewell.
Newport Walmart.
Hey,
itty bitty town.
Hey, I love me some New Tazewell. New Tazewell's great. So
My wife's family's from Newport, man. All you got to do is go to the Newport Walmart.
Okay, I used to work I 12 years. For 12 years, I worked for Walmart, and I worked at one point. I was in management, and I had to go up there to the Newport Walmart all the time. That place had a freaking homeless camp like right behind it. I'm like, how does Newport, Tennessee, have a homeless camp?
They'll do it.
And then also in West Tennessee, you have a town called Bucksnort.
Oh yeah,
So that's where all the farms are. That's where all the cotton fields and all the. That's where all the. So that's why it's like that over there between Nashville and Memphis. It's just like nothing. And then you get to Jackson.
That's how it is. You go through small towns, just be everything, and all of a sudden it's nothing but crickets. You only got one stop sign, only one side is painted. It's just crazy. It's
but then you get
small towns.
But then you get to Jackson, and it's kind of better because Jackson's getting more people in it, and then there's a long between Fayette County, Tipton County, and Fayette County. There's nothing, and then you get to Memphis. But I mean,
pew 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 pew.
Y'all ever make those throws in college football where as soon as you throw it, you're like, man, I wish I could have that throwback.
Yeah, and then they usually drop it if I'm playing Coach J.
Mm-hmm.
I don't play the games anymore.
I threw on a drag route and immediately saw the interception. I was like, he just passed right into it.
Oh no!
Oh, we're not lagging out. Not when I'm on 21-10 with the ball. We're not lagging
Bro,
out.
he just hit that lag switch on you, man. He just hit that lag switch and said, I ain't doing this.
Lag it. DJ Lagway.
So you think he gets benched? Anybody think Lagway gets benched?
I don't think he's gonna. Is he gonna play this weekend?
Anybody else in the country throws 5 picks in a game, they get benched.
If he doesn't improve,
will Billy still be the coach when we play Florida?
I think he's gone after the next.
They're waiting on the buyout, I think.
They'll wait just long enough to where they can kick him out cheap.
Well, I thought that's what Arkansas was going to do with Pittman.
Yeah, I was surprised they kicked him out now. But
they must have somebody on the hook.
He may have agreed to a lesser buyout.
I don't know.
Although I feel like he should have done like Mike Gundy did and said
Can you
no.
imagine we go down to the swamp and it's Harrison Bailey against us?
It's going to be Harrison Bailey.
Stop that.
They played that other
between those two. I think.
That's
they
my
play
worst
that other
nightmare.
kid though. Yeah, they play that other kid over him.
Anybody who's been watching
Why
this
is that
channel
your worst nightmare, Boogie?
If you've been watching this channel since Harrison Bailey
everyone was
here,
calling saying Harrison Bailey was better than everyone else that's come in the last few years.
Harrison Bailey is the GOAT, boys and
Hey,
girls.
that one spring game. That one spring game.
Yeah, he went
That's all it
Heisman
takes.
ready.
That's all it takes is one spring game.
That's
Oh,
right.
How you
come on,
spell
you gotta
Heisman?
catch those.
Harrison Bailey.
He did so great at UNLV. Speaking of backups, is
Bailey.
Taven Jackson still at Indiana?
Bailey.
Because it seems like
I
he
don't
keeps
think.
getting overlooked or passed over.
Where he's at?
I can't.
Think
Uh,
so.
I can't
right
remember.
now, Matt.
I get him and Salter mixed
Bailey
up.
is playing better than Nico.
Salter got benched.
I've seen that. Yeah. Is Colorado? Did Colorado win last night?
No, they lost by 3 to
Nelson.
the Fighting Mormons.
Let's go Buffs.
And
I was
Boo wants
watching-
to go to that. He wants to go to. Oh, never mind.
I was hate watching the Nico game. I'm not gonna lie. I was watching UCLA, but
And
Northwestern,
I
man,
just hate
that
watching.
field.
I hate watching the lowlights, man. I love watching some lowlights on TikTok. I won't
Whose
line.
field is on the
can't bring
end of the
myself
end
to
zone?
watch.
There's some guy
I'll
on
see
TikTok.
myself
He's a
to
big
hate him.
UCLA fan, and he comes with these conspiracies and all this like inside information all the time.
Did
It's
they
hilarious.
lose?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're not going to win a
Northwestern
game this year.
field.
Yeah.
They're just not going to win a game this year. That was the last chance they
Northwestern
had
has
for a
their
game.
stands on the end.
Yeah, they lost to
of
the
end
worst
zone.
team on the record.
Crazy.
They're on their schedule.
Oh, God.
I
Oh,
can't
I would have
bring
thought
myself to
that
hate him,
New
so I'm
Mexico
like,
was the worst
I just
team
keep thinking
on
in the
their
back of my
schedule.
head.
No,
He's
Northwestern's
had nothing
worst.
but
Yeah.
bad, like he's
They
had
don't even
nothing
have
but
official
bad
stands.
advice this entire time. I can't hate him for that. He's got to pull his own self out of it though.
It's
Yeah,
it's
I hope
hard
he
with
goes
that
somewhere
Samoan culture,
decent.
though.
So where do y'all think Nico goes after? Because he's gonna go into the
It's in the
transfer
league
portal.
the other
We
day.
already
It's,
know.
He's gonna go to Miami.
If Miami's an option, he'd take it. I would
Oh,
hope.
God, yeah.
I
I
would
doubt
think.
Miami's gonna
I
go
don't
for
I
know,
don't
man,
think so.
because I feel like every coach
Maybe Indiana.
is just gonna like call up Heupel and be like, "Tell me about this kid." I don't think
I
he's
don't
gonna
think Heupel
go.
would give a bad review. I really don't.
No, he's not.
No.
He's not.
No.
If
Miami's
Nico-
too far away from his family.
I don't think
Oh.
that Heupel will give like a bad review, but I don't think Heupel's gonna like
Sing his
the kids
praise.
crazy.
It might
Yeah.
depend
He's
on
not
the coach.
gonna. Like
Nico's
he's not
gonna
gonna
make it.
like he's too much of a class act to be like that kid's terrible, blah blah blah. But he's just gonna be
Yeah.
like, man, this is the good, this is the bad.
The
Like,
kid's okay, but
Yeah.
the
And I
family comes
think-
with him.
He's gonna
Cost
be
cost.
And I think I
Yeah.
don't think he's
Not
bad. I
going
really
to.
think if he had stuck it out, he would actually have maybe shined this year because we have a really good
Oh,
defensive
yeah.
offensive line. They didn't. The offensive line's a lot better than it was last year, but you go to UCLA who has nobody.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've always said this even when he left, like and when Aguilar came in. Nico will have a higher ceiling. He's got that talent. If he realizes that potential, he will be insanely good. The problem is he's not stuck around anywhere to actually polish himself into a system or a series to actually gain that experience and everything else. He's still, in year 2 technically of like actual play time. Versus if he had stayed around, he would grow and build. The difference is Joey has built up his foundation to where his floor is much higher than what Nico was at the current time, and that's just coming down to experience.
I mean, I also
Nico
just
is
think
not
that there's
gonna make
something to be said about a 24-year-old in a college football system. I mean, a 24-year-old's mind is just so much more developed than 18, 19, 20-year-old. I mean,
We hadn't seen it a lot this year, but the way Joey stepped up in the pocket yesterday and took some licks and made the throws, I mean, that is maturity right there.
well, and I like that he doesn't freak out either. Like I've seen where he just, if he sees somebody coming, he just steps out of the way. I'm like, he's just so casual about it. He just kind of just steps out of the way.
Look at how many times he's had to worry about that with the past teams that he's been on. Like he's literally seen that 1,000 times.
Every play versus
That one
every
pass
play
he
of the
made
game.
yesterday falling down. I mean, he had people all over him and he made that pass. I was just like,
let's say, like Faison Brandon, who's coming in, he's the number 1 quarterback for us coming next year. Even if he starts, even if he's better than McIntyre, if he's better than anybody else on the team, and they start him, he's going to have the same problems that Nico had. He's going to have to grow into that experience.
If,
Well,
if
that's
he
like if
starts
you think
next year,
back to when
we
Nico was a freshman and everybody was like, put Nico in, put Nico
Put him in
in.
over Joe.
Heupel knows that there's a process.
Mhm.
And, you know, you just can't do that with a freshman, especially in the SEC.
And
There
especially in
could have been a lot
this
more.
type
There could have
of
been a lot.
offense. But I think Joey is an anomaly because he just came in here and just picked it right up. But I think it's a lot to do with his age. If he was younger, I don't think he would have been able to pick it up the way he has as
I
quickly
think
as
it
he.
has to do with his coaching tree.
Yes,
Yeah.
his
Security,
coaching
security
tree
guard right
built
there.
him up to learn how to study. His age, but I'll also say what he has been through to actually build into that character to do that. That's not a normal thing. You can't just take a 24-year-old and put him in. You have to have
Catch the
he's
football.
had
Good
to go
Lord.
through some tough stuff to get to that level.
On,
To be able
So is
on
to-
there
that
still
note,
talk that he may have another year if things
No.
go right, or is
Oh,
that
I think
done?
he's
No,
done.
He's
they
not.
there was confusion, and a lot of people are confused that it's going to be next year that he could have a chance. But he's using the extra year to play for us this year.
Well, Nico's not going to make it, not because he doesn't have the talent, not because he doesn't have the skill, not because he doesn't have the desire or want to. Nico's not going to make it because those guys over there are keying off on him. They're chopping him up like he's in a shredder. They're tossing him in the air, hitting him from the back, hitting him from the side. They're going to hurt him over there because he has no protection. And when he strides out to the side, he's getting beat up, man. He's getting beat the hell up.
But he left because there was no protection at Tennessee.
Yeah, well, he left because Dad's a moron, but and he should have stood on his own 2 feet. But
real quick,
He
shout out
left
Daniel
because they didn't
O'Malley.
pay.
Hold on. Shout out Daniel O'Malley for becoming a member of the channel. We appreciate you. Go ahead, Coach.
No, I was just going to say, like, you guys can go back and watch it on here, but before this season started, and we all know, like, it's well documented that it's same coaching tree as Joey, right? Like, similar people involved in both of their upbringing throughout becoming a quarterback. And I was probably bigger than anyone on Nico, but when he went to UCLA, I'm on record on this channel saying they would struggle to win one game with that team. They just would. Like they had, like Ron said, you thought you were running at Tennessee. you better rent a Ferrari, like if you're going to UCLA, because that is by far the worst team in college
And they
football,
haven't played
by far.
anybody yet.
The worst offensive line out
Adult
there.
greed is what screwed that kid.
Yeah. Well, like I said, with any kid, you hope they keep their head down. You hope they keep fighting and learn lessons from that, and learn how to become a better man.
And he'll probably
Because
come
there's
out
a lot of football in front of you. You just don't know. Like I've said on this
Yeah.
channel, look at Joey, look at Hendon Hooker. You can name 50 cases where it works out, and then you can name 2,000 where it doesn't. So it'll be interesting to see what
I just
happens.
I just hope this doesn't ruin his love for the game. Being where he's at and the beating that he's taken. I mean, with the people he's got behind him, I don't think that'll happen. But I mean, I've seen it happen before where. But then again, he could end up going somewhere and ended up being a Hendon Hooker, like you said. So I mean, he's got all the intangibles and talent in the world to do so. It's just I just hope this doesn't.
What are the big odds that he could come back to Tennessee?
No.
Zero.
Very little at all.
It's just
without an open declaration, I think, against certain people in his camp. It's completely zero, and I don't think we'll get that. I wish we would.
That would literally be him. That would literally be him choosing Tennessee over like his entire family.
Yeah, can't do that. It's just rough, man. Y'all remember that old Disney cartoon where you got those guys that was going down the road and he's balancing between the car and the dogs are chasing the car and his leg is stretched out and the dogs jump up there and they grab his pants leg and they pull him like, that's what they're doing to Nico out there. They're chewing on his legs.
He's not lying.
They're not tackling him. They're throwing him up in the air, and the guys are keying off him like boom, pow. His legs are always up in the air when he's getting tackled. He's gonna get hurt, man. He's gonna get hurt.
So, how do y'all feel about bringing somebody in next year, or Like, no, you don't necessarily have to be a starter. Maybe it could be a starter. Do you go pluck somebody from one of these places that's lost a coach?
What did I
Or,
say earlier, Fal?
I know I was going to let you lead into it, but I mean, like, because I mean, I would be on board for that particular individual. But
for Green from Arkansas,
for Taylor Green,
he
I think
would
Taylor
be beautiful.
or Sellers, either one.
I was about to
Sellers,
say,
either one.
you go back into it's the same thing as like Hayward from Florida. Do you pull these people? And I think there's going to be a very long look by this coaching staff as they go through, of course, this season, but also through the off season and stuff like that, to really look and see who do we want, who's going to not only fit the culture, but who can come in where we need them.
Because you don't want to necessarily start a freshman, and then you got GMAC, and everybody thinks it's going to be GMAC, but then you can't put all your eggs in one basket. He's one ankle away. So, and if it's GMAC, then everybody assumes Mark leaves. That's all. All these are assumptions, but who would you want, or do you even go shopping, or do you need a body? Like, what? How do y'all feel about that?
I think you should bring someone in, and I think you should capitalize on. You can really hang your hat in the transfer portal on Joey, and kind of go out there and find your pick of the litter and go, hey, look what I did with Joey Aguilar
in 3 months.
In 3 months, think about what I can do with you in this offense.
As I say, quarterbacks are definitely going to look at us a lot more consistently.
Are you worried at all that you're running off GMAC?
And he was in class at UCLA too, so a lot of his he was visual. Some of that.
And it also comes down to, like you said, do you run off your guys, or do you trust that they're going to mature into this under, they see Aguilar doing this, so they've got a good viewpoint of how this should go.
Let's assume you bring somebody in, whoever it is. They're great. Say you get Green or whoever you want. So you run the risk if GMAC doesn't leave. That's another year for him to wait. Then that makes Faison have to wait another year, because he seems like a guy who's wanting to compete by his sophomore year. So, like, you run the risk of these, 1 year guys disrupting your factory of sorts. Yeah. But at which point, it's like we need to bridge a gap 1 more year. But how long, how much disruption can you have?
I think we've got a bridge right now. I think Aguilar showing McIntyre and Merkslinger, how this
Merkslinger. That's going to be a great nickname right there, Merkslinger. Let's go.
I think both of them seeing how not only experience, but I mean Hendon Hooker was the same way for Milton. Milton was the same way, for Nico. You see what's ahead of you, and you learn the best you can from what you have. And for 2 years, we've had, Milton, who was a little inconsistent in his throws, Nico, who never really fully got that confidence. But now you have Aguilar going for Merklinger and McIntyre and showing them hey, I've been through this. I've been in the crappy situations. You got to keep your eyes down range. Keep going through it. Make the game come to you. And I think they feel more at peace with that. And I wonder if they even go for one, or if they feel that next year they really put in the effort for that.
Well,
they may go for an extra body, but I don't think they'll get somebody who expects to play. There's other positions that we need more than quarterback, in my opinion. But
as I say, a good backup quarterback can save you. Look at gas pipe. You look at, even in the NFL and stuff like that. There's oftentimes many journeymen who never really got the starter role, but were the backup quarterback, and oftentimes saved their starters, but by getting a better look on the field.
I just kind of think the days of having a stable of scholarship quarterbacks is gone.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going with Boogie's choice. Boogie told me, Ron, tell him about him. And Boogie says, we want the 2-time Heisman Trophy winning, 2 times SEC champion MVP, Harrison Bailey. Yes. That's what I want.
I don't
Throw in
think.
the dome.
I think
How is he
Boogie
still
would have to-
playing?
I think Boogie would have to shut down his channel if Harrison Bailey came back. And
People that haven't been a part of this channel for years would come back just to tell me that they were right. That's what they would do.
How?
You'd make money off of it, but your soul would die on the inside.
I don't
My
want. I
thing
don't
is-
want their money. I can promise you that.
My thing is, how old is this boy? Like, how is he still able? I guess
He's 33.
Golly.
He's probably not as old as Joey.
I promise you, Sora. I promise you, there are people that no longer listen to this channel because I called them out for thinking Harrison Bailey was the next Peyton Manning, and they didn't like it, so they left the channel.
That was terrible.
Gosh.
That
Yeah,
was
he's
like,
he's
they made it
23.
personal too. I'm like, golly.
So he's like he's 1 year younger than Aguilar.
Jeez Louise.
Just monetize the
Yeah.
haters, man.
this has to be his final year, right?
I get yelled at when I monetize the haters.
I mean, you monetize me.
But it's kind of odd though when these quarterbacks that were so highly touted and they leave here, they're like they become nobody. What happened to Taven Jackson? I thought he was going to Indiana to play, and then he got hurt, and he just drop off the face of the earth.
4-star. Yeah. It happens with players. I don't necessarily agree with the narrative either. You don't want 5-star kids. I mean, so you don't want Vince Young. You don't want Patrick Mahomes. You know what I mean? Like you don't want Bryce Young. You don't want these people. Like,
Coach,
no,
I got
take
dudes
those
going
guys.
for it on fourth down against
I'll
me
take
now,
those
up 2
guys.
scores. Up 2 scores going for it on fourth down.
I'll
That's the
take
type
those
of
guys.
culture I've created around here.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Got
Cade
2 minutes.
Salter.
2 minutes left, and it's 24-all Arkansas and Auburn. I got to beat the barn, and they just sacked me.
Well, some of that is coaching. And you can't say that despite his mistakes, Heupel did bring out some coaching when it counted, and hey, we won the game. That's all I can say.
Matt Falk said heard 58-year-old man got an NIL deal to play college football. It was correct. He played for a year.
Yeah, some small college.
I will say this. I do want to see one of Heupel's guys play and play well. I mean, that's why I'm like, I don't know if we should go get another quarterback in the transfer portal because you're just going to alienate guys that who wanted to play here in the first place.
Joey's playing well, but when you look at the scheme that Coach Heupel has, he's just playing within the scheme. I mean, he's not doing backflips before he throws the ball. He's just throwing the ball to the open receivers. He's anticipating the throws when they come. He's hitting them on time, sometimes a little bit hot, but he's just doing what he naturally should do. And sometimes it's KISS. Keep it simple, stupid, and things work out. Where's that guy going?
He's giving up.
I've had my fill of
Get the
EA
fuck
and
up.
wide receivers dropping balls and his DBs running my routes 2 yards in front of me. I've had enough of it. So he put a beating on me, and I'm ready to end the game and move on with life. Good game, ball fan for life. Everybody in the Patreon dynasty, I'll be advancing here in just a few minutes. Shout out to you guys for carrying the fan call-in show. I was too busy being pissed off with my little digitally animated men.
Okay.
We'll be right
What's
back
up, baby?
tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time with Eric Kane for Talkin VAWLS morning show. Tuesday night, we'll play EA Sports College Football. Wednesday night, we're going to do some type of show at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I'll keep you guys in the loop for that. But shout out to you guys. I appreciate you guys coming on here and talking a little ball. But my name's Boogie Bentley. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. Go Big Orange.